What up, though? This is Let's Talk About It, and today we is here with Angel, which is my sister, the mommypreneur. And what we mean when we say mommypreneur, she have multiple businesses that she's running. She have several properties that she rents out, and she have her own vending business, and she is a single mother of two beautiful babies. And today we are talking about financial freedom. So a lot of times, people will tell us to, keep your credit good and keep your credit together, or don't run your credit or build your credit, but they don't tell you how. They don't tell you the process of having credit or getting credit, or what credit means to you. Yes. So what is financial freedom to you?
Financial freedom to me is the ability to not let money control you. And a lot of people, they may define financial freedom as having an abundance of money, but my definition is the ability to not allow money to control you, to watch the value that you put on money, and to not be scared of money.
Okay. So what do you see as the biggest barrier to financial freedom?
Honestly, one of the biggest barriers is mindset, and then after mindset is discipline, and then the pay of these jobs, like the jobs, they pay you just enough to keep you coming back, but not enough to fuel your dreams. Having a capitalistic mindset, like we live in a society where we want instant gratification, we want it to be rewarded, we feel entitled. If I work 40 hours a week, I should drive a brand new car. But allow yourself to find an income producing asset that will pay for you to drive that brand new car, in addition to you working. And then not watching your money. One of the biggest lessons that I learned from you is physically having your money in your hand. Because when you have it in the bank, you just like, oh, I know what's in there, and you swiping. Yep. But when you have your money in your hand and you physically seeing it leave, you begin to spend it differently, and you see it leaving differently, so you're more conscious of your spending. Like back in the day, we would say once you break that 20, it's gone. But nowadays with inflation, that's that 100. Once you break that 100, it's gone if you're not watching it. But when you have it in your hand, you watch it better than in a bank account, because you like, ooh,
and that not shrinking.
For real. So you start, maybe let me put one of these back. So having your money in your hand. And then a lot of times we're acquiring liabilities instead of assets. Anything that we acquire, we should have a way to pay for what we acquire. I see us as parents, one of our biggest downfalls is Christmas and these holidays. We go above and beyond for these holidays. I used to spend anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 on my kids, each kid every Christmas. And a lot of times, I don't know about y'all, but me as a mom, baby, by July, I'm like, get it off the floor, I'm throwing it away. You get frustrated. You end up throwing that stuff right into the garbage.
It away.
Facts.
Because I don't want to see it.
At all.
And I feel like that's something you taught me, though. Like how you said I taught you about actually having physical money in your hand. You taught me about that. Like, we do for our kids all year round. Facts. And then we stress ourselves out about this one day that's not even about that. We don't even celebrate what Christmas is really about. That's Jesus' birthday, but we giving our kids gifts for his birthday. You know what I'm saying? And people fall into a depression. They go into debt that they trying to clear up even that next Christmas. They in debt from the last Christmas. And it's like, it don't even matter. That ain't even the real meaning behind it.
Right.
It's my kids, so all year long, my kids don't play with toys. But I was that mom that felt like I had to have my kids this big Christmas, and the living room had to be full of toys, and so many toys that they opening up toys for hours. Or I felt like I was a bad mom, or I felt like I didn't do good enough.
That's that capitalistic mindset.
Let me tell y'all something. For the people that invited me to their kids' birthday party from December to December, those was my kids' Christmas gifts that I gave y'all kids. They didn't even open them. And I'm over here stressing, picking up hella hours at work, overworking myself. And we all do that.
Right. So what I decided to do instead, I was spending $1,200 a Christmas on each kid. So I started this past Christmas, I spent $200 each, and then I get a CD for each one of them for $1,000. the age that my children are, just my investments into those CDs. By the time it's time for them to buy a car, or turn 18 and purchase their first car, they both will have $10,000 in their worth of CDs to go purchase a car, versus Christmas gifts that's either donated or thrown away or given away or whatever the situation is. So rich people don't look rich. A lot of times we do stuff, we put it on social media to look good or look like parent of the year, when that's not what rich people do. Like, a lot of times we confuse rich celebrities with rich people.
Right.
And wealthy, it's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Wealthy is part of a mindset. Rich is just money. So always remember that. Live for you. Live within your means.
Yeah. And what we got to understand too is live under your tax bracket. I'm not saying, you got to live looking like you super poor, but if you getting $6,000 a month, don't go get $5,000 worth of bills. Right. Go get $2,500 to $3,000 worth of bills, so you don't get behind or overwhelmed, because it's like, dang, all of my money is going to bills. I only got this left over a month and stuff like that, so I pay this bill next time, and then that just make you fall
acquiring late fees, which is just money that you throwing away,
just extra money. So try to live under your means.
Exactly.
So what's ways to get financial freedom?
I would say, like, with the pay of these jobs, you definitely gonna need side hustles or to start some type of business, because there is many people that really do in here live paycheck to paycheck, and they trying to figure out how it is. So, like, how to do something, because after they bills, they at 0. So you have to find a side hustle or start some type of business or do some type of service for people. And it can be something simple, like you might have parents at your kid's school who just don't have a way to get their kids back and forth from school, and you can get paid weekly just taking their kids back and forth from school, and you going to pick up your kids anyway. So you have to get very creative with finding different type of side hustles. And then, like you were just saying, one of the biggest things is not living below your means, not at your means, below your means. That was one thing my mom really said to us. And when you get a raise or you get overtime, if you're not knuckle to knuckle already, if you at 0 at the end of the month, put that money, invest or save that money, high yield savings account. I'm always preach CDs, IRAs, high yield savings accounts. Invest that money into a high yield savings account and allow your raise to now go work for you, or allow your overtime to go work for you. And definitely not spending more than what you take in. The credit is wonderful, but you have to be, like I said, you have to be disciplined. Credit cards is not money that you have, it's money that you're borrowing. So just remember, every time you spend that credit card, that's somebody else's money. If you don't have it, don't spend it.
Yes.
And then planning and budgeting. Like, every month I sit down and I write down my bills. I write down the due dates. I write down how much they are. And then I write down, like, when I'm going to get, income. And I don't project. Like, I live under my means, because when you dealing with tenants, they can stop paying at any time. So I don't use their income, their rent as income for me. I use it as either ways, money to pay back the loans that I got to fix the homes, or I just, like, if it's a bonus, I use it to invest it somewhere else. And then obtaining cash producing assets, having good credit. I always tell people my credit is my income. Home ownership at a young age. Try to get a house as soon as you can. Prepare for retirement at a young age. And then sometimes we have to focus on reducing debt, on eliminating debts, than just having more money. Like, some people say, oh, I'm not about to go to work for no $50. But if your phone bill $50, you got to think about it like, shoot, I just got rid of my phone bill. So that was one of my things, is I learned I would go surf through the trash, because when I lived in Dearborn, they would put anything in the trash. Every Monday, it was everything in the trash. And I would go and I would get that stuff out the trash and I would sell it. And sometimes that would pay my DTE bill. I'm just walking around collecting stuff out the trash and cleaning it up. And anything you have something to pay for it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk About It, and YouTube the same. Let's Talk About It podcast. Bye.